fact, they say the greatest tragedy is not to die as a lion, but to live your entire life believing you're a sheep. In a world full of noise, many of us forget who we really are. This is not just the story of a lion. It's the story of you, of me, of every soul that once forgot its roar. Somewhere in the heart of the wild, a king was born. But fate played a cruel game. He would grow up never knowing who he truly was. He would eat grass, run from danger, and live among those who feared his kind. This is the story of the lion who thought he was a sheep. Sometimes in life we forget who we are until destiny calls us by name. When his mother was killed by poachers, the shepherd found the cub alone near the riverbank. It was small enough to fit in his arms. He wrapped the cub in his shawl and he named it Kianda, means lost in the shepherd's language. In the midst of death, he found life. He took him home, raised him with kindness, and gave him milk meant for lambs. The sheep accepted him because innocence knows no difference. You become what you're told you are until you question it.
He's not like us.
He's one of us now.
Discussed among the sheep, and so the lion grew up believing he was one of them. Days turned weeks, weeks months, and months turned year. He learned to stay within the fence, to graze when the shepherd whistled, to fear the wild call of the forest beyond the hills. Sometimes safety feels like peace until you realize it's a cage. Why do I feel so strange when I look at the mountains? Why does something inside me want to run when everyone else stays still? The lion's thinking. Then came the day when the sky cracked with thunder. The lions returned. The flock ran, and so did he. He didn't know why he was afraid, only that fear felt familiar.
Why does their sound hurt my chest? Why do I feel like I should answer?
Said the lion. He feared what he saw, because truth often comes wearing the face we run from. Fear doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're being invited to discover strength. One evening, as the sun melted into the river, he saw it up to faces, one that grazed like a sheep, and another that glared back like thunder. For the first time he saw himself, truly saw himself. Not the wool, not the herd, but a mane beginning to grow, eyes that burned with power. Who am I? Why do I not look like them? Thought the lion. You were never meant to. That night he couldn't sleep. For the first time, questions replaced comfort. When the truth of who you are whispers, don't silence it. Then one day, the lions came again. The sheep screamed and ran, but this time, he didn't. He stood by the river, staring as the great lion approached. The baby lion confronted his fear for the first time, just to observe that he has been scared of his real self. The lion roared, and something inside him broke free. He found his roar and his destiny. The voice you've been searching for was never lost. It was waiting for you to believe. The young lion became what he was always meant to be, not because he found a new home, but because he remembered who he was. Sometimes life hides your crown among the crowd, so you can learn humility before wearing it. Welcoming his new home with joy and gladness, but he looked back one last time, not with regret, but gratitude. He was never meant to blend in. He was born to stand out. Don't live your life as a sheep. The world needs your roar. Find your roar. Share this story with someone who has forgotten who they are. A lion that forgets his roar will follow the bleat of sheep. But the day he remembers, the jungle listens.
Thank you for watching.
subscribe and comment for more videos.